Welcome to Explained Simply. Let's explore interesting things in the world together. Today let's find out the best daily routine for students. 1. Discipline over motivation. Your routine's power. Let's talk about one of the most powerful truths in personal development. Discipline beats motivation every single time. We all have those days when we wake up feeling incredibly motivated, ready to tackle anything. But let's be honest, those days are often the exception, not the rule. You won't always feel like studying that challenging subject, or completing that tedious assignment, or even getting out of bed early. Motivation is fickle, it comes and goes like the tide. However, when your day is thoughtfully designed, when you have a clear, structured routine in place, your routine becomes your unwavering support system. It carries you through those moments when your motivation has completely abandoned you. It's like setting your autopilot. The actions become automatic, a habit, rather than a constant battle against your own fleeting desires. This built-in consistency, driven by your routine, is what truly separates successful students from those who constantly struggle. It ensures progress, even on your toughest days, transforming inconsistent effort into reliable results. 2. Morning routine. The strategic wake-up. Let's be honest about mornings. For most students, it's a battle. You either set ambitious alarms you never actually wake up to, or you set 10 alarms in a desperate attempt to rise, only to roll out of bed at 9 a.m. feeling groggy and behind. But here's the liberating truth. You don't need to torture yourself with a brutal 4 a.m. routine to be productive. Waking up strategically, somewhere between 5:30 and 7 a.m., is truly the sweet spot for students. Why this specific window? Because the world outside is wonderfully quiet. There are no incessant notifications buzzing, no disruptive noise, and fewer immediate distractions vying for your attention. It's just you and your thoughts, a blank canvas for your day. Here's the biggest mistake most students make. The very first thing they do is reach for their phone. Instagram, Snapchat, a flood of messages. That's like inviting 50 strangers to dump all their thoughts and demands into your brain before you've even brushed your teeth. This immediate stimulation bombards your mind, depleting your focus before your day has truly begun. Instead, cultivate a gentler approach. Get up slowly, perform a satisfying stretch, drink a large glass of water, and then open your window to let natural light hit your eyes. This simple act signals your brain to wake up naturally and gently, preparing it for the day ahead. Follow this with just 2 minutes of conscious breathing, allowing yourself to center and ground before the demands of the day begin. 3. Morning routine. Light movement for energy. After gently easing into your day, the next crucial step is light movement. I know what many students say: I don't have time to exercise. But I'm not asking you to hit the gym for an hour-long power session. We're talking about just 5 minutes, yes, a mere 5 minutes, of simple stretching, some gentle yoga poses, a few push-ups, or even just briskly walking around your room. Think of it like turning on your Wi-Fi before you try to browse the internet. Your body is the router, and your brain is the device. If the body doesn't properly wake up and get connected, the brain won't function or connect properly either. This light movement does wonders. It immediately improves blood flow, which means more vital oxygen gets delivered to your brain. This isn't just about feeling awake, it's about cognitive function. You'll actually understand what you study, instead of staring blankly at pages, feeling like the words are just floating by. Plus, students who consistently incorporate even a few minutes of morning movement report significantly better focus throughout the day and a noticeable improvement in their overall mood. Even 5 minutes can profoundly transform your energy levels. The key here isn't intensity, it's consistency. It's far better to do 5 minutes every single day than to attempt a grueling 30-minute workout once a week and then burn out. Make it a non-negotiable part of your morning. 4. Morning routine. Fueling your brain smartly. Here's what students frequently underestimate. Your brain needs proper fuel to operate at its best. When you're studying, your brain isn't just passively receiving information. It's actively working, burning glucose for energy. Skip breakfast, and your brain is essentially running on empty. This is precisely why you often feel tired, cranky, or incredibly sleepy during morning classes or study sessions. Your body is telling you it lacks the resources to perform. The solution isn't a gourmet meal, it's a simple yet strategic breakfast. Think light but effective. A banana with oats, eggs with a piece of whole wheat toast, or a quick protein smoothie. You don't need fancy diets or complicated recipes, just something that's light enough not to cause a food coma but filling enough to provide sustained energy. Equally crucial, if not more so, is hydration. Here's a surprising fact. Dehydration often feels almost identical to laziness. Your brain is approximately 75% water, and even mild dehydration can reduce your concentration levels by a staggering 12%. So, the next time you catch yourself thinking, I'm just so lazy, pause and consider this. Maybe you just need water. Make it a habit to drink a large glass of water first thing in the morning, immediately after waking up. Then, make sure to keep sipping water consistently throughout the day. You'll be astonished at how dramatically your focus, energy, and overall cognitive function improve. It's a simple change with profound benefits. 5. Morning routine. Maximize your study power. Now for arguably the most powerful part of your morning routine: dedicated study time. Here's the golden rule, backed by neuroscience. Your brain is at its sharpest, most receptive, and most efficient in the morning. Why would you waste this peak performance window scrolling through Instagram or watching irrelevant videos? Instead, harness this prime cognitive energy for your hardest subject, the one that gives you the most trouble. If math feels like a constant uphill battle, tackle complex problems in the morning. If you're learning history, commit those challenging dates and names to memory when your brain is freshest. Struggling with coding? Write algorithms and debug when your mind is naturally sharpest. 1 hour of focused, deep work in the morning can easily be equivalent to 3 tired, distracted hours in the evening. To maximize this session, employ the Pomodoro method: 50 minutes of pure, uninterrupted focus, followed by a 10-minute break. During your 50-minute work block, there is absolutely no multitasking, no background TV, and no playlist scrolling, just deep, concentrated work. And critically, during your 10-minute breaks, do not touch your phone. Stand up, stretch, drink water, look out a window, or simply close your eyes for a moment. Give your brain real rest, not more stimulation. Remember, your brain isn't an endless machine. Even machines need proper downtime to work efficiently. This morning study session is your secret weapon. While others are still hitting snooze or mindlessly scrolling social media, you'll be mastering your most challenging subjects when your mind is at peak performance, setting a powerful trajectory for your entire day. 6. Afternoon routine. Active engagement in classes. If you're a student, afternoons often mean classes, lectures, or workshops. This is precisely where many students unwittingly lose focus and fall into the trap of passive learning. They sit there, perhaps occasionally jotting down a few notes, but nothing truly sticks or resonates deeply. The information seems to enter one ear and exit the other. Here's how to transform this experience into a powerful learning opportunity. Stop being a passive recipient. Instead, become an active participant. Begin by taking notes in your own words. Don't simply copy what the teacher says verbatim. When you process information and rephrase it, your brain engages more deeply, making it much easier to remember and understand later. Secondly, cultivate the habit of asking questions, even small ones. They don't have to be profound. Sometimes just clarifying a point or asking, "Can you elaborate on that?" can make a concept click. Questions clarify concepts, demonstrate engagement, and make the lesson far more interesting for both you and your peers. Participate actively. Answer when asked, volunteer your thoughts, and contribute to discussions. This keeps your mind sharp and invested. Finally, after each class concludes, take just 2 minutes to summarize what you learned. Speak it aloud to yourself or quickly jot down the key takeaways. This simple habit makes revision incredibly easier later on because you've already started the consolidation process. Think of it this way: active learning is like carefully planting seeds and nurturing them. The more attention and engagement you give, the stronger and deeper your understanding grows. Passive learning, on the other hand, is like throwing seeds on dry, uncultivated ground. Most of them simply won't grow. As an added tip, if possible, try to sit in the front rows. You'll naturally stay more engaged, hear better, and teachers often positively remember students who actively participate. 7. Afternoon routine. The smart lunch strategy. After hours of classes, lectures, and morning study, both your brain and body are likely feeling the strain. This is a critical juncture where many students make a common mistake: eating heavy, oily, or sugary lunches, and then immediately crashing on the couch or losing themselves in their phones. Heavy meals, particularly those rich in unhealthy fats and refined carbohydrates, divert a significant amount of your body's energy into digestion. This often leaves you feeling sluggish, your brain slows down, and that familiar afternoon sleepiness sets in, even if you've just eaten. Here's what truly works. Focus on light, nutritious meals. Opt for smaller portions of lean protein like eggs, lentils, or chicken, paired with plenty of vegetables and a piece of fruit. Drink ample water throughout your lunch. And make a conscious effort to avoid sugary drinks and fried foods. These might offer a quick energy spike, but they inevitably lead to a harder, more debilitating crash afterward. Instead, choose foods that provide steady, sustained energy release, keeping you alert and focused. After lunch, give your brain a deliberate chance to recharge. Take a 15 to 20-minute power nap. The key is to strictly keep it within this time frame. Exceed it, and you'll likely wake up feeling groggier than before. If naps aren't your thing, or you find them difficult, take a quick walk outside instead. Even just 10 minutes of fresh air and natural light can work wonders, waking up your mind and body, and preparing you for the next phase of your day without the post-lunch slump. 8. Afternoon routine. Productive study sessions. Now comes the often tricky part of the day, the post-lunch energy slump. This is when attention tends to drift, energy levels dip, and the temptation to scroll social media or simply stare blankly at books becomes incredibly strong. Instead of fighting this natural dip in cognitive energy head-on, the smart strategy is to use it intelligently. The afternoon is actually perfect for hands-on, practice-based work. Rather than attempting to absorb heavy theoretical concepts or new, difficult material, this is your time to solve math problems, work through practice exercises, tackle past papers, review with flashcards, create concise summaries, or draft essays. Choose activities that require active doing and application, rather than passive reading or intense memorization. The principle is simple. Since your brain's processing speed might be a little slower in the afternoon compared to its morning peak, don't waste this time struggling with the most difficult, high-concentration work. Save that for the morning. Use the afternoon to reinforce what you learned earlier. Practice makes concepts stick and solidifies your understanding. For instance, if you studied calculus theory in the morning, the afternoon is ideal for solving calculus problems. The afternoon is also an excellent time for group study sessions. Explaining concepts to others not only helps them but also incredibly reinforces your own understanding. Teaching someone else is widely considered one of the best ways to truly learn and internalize material. Remember, not every hour of your day needs to be at peak performance. Working with your natural energy rhythms is always smarter and more sustainable than constantly fighting against them. 9. Evening routine. The benefits of movement. After a long, demanding day filled with classes, lectures, and study sessions, your body can feel heavy and your brain often feels fried. This accumulated mental and physical fatigue is precisely why incorporating 20 to 30 minutes of movement in your evening routine can completely transform how you feel. You don't need expensive gym memberships or specialized equipment to reap these benefits. The key is to engage in any physical activity you genuinely enjoy. Play a sport you love, whether it's football, basketball, badminton, or even just a casual game with friends. Go for a refreshing run or a brisk walk in your neighborhood. Even dancing enthusiastically to your favorite songs in your room counts. Exercise isn't just about keeping fit, it has profound cognitive benefits. It sharpens memory, significantly reduces stress and anxiety, boosts your energy levels, and dramatically improves your mood. Students who consistently move their bodies in the evening often report sleeping better and waking up feeling more refreshed and focused the next day. Here's the science behind it. Physical activity increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a crucial protein that helps grow new brain cells and strengthens neural connections. In essence, regular movement literally makes you smarter while simultaneously keeping you physically healthy. If you're currently inactive, start small. Even 15 minutes of intentional movement can make a noticeable difference in your overall well-being and academic performance. 10. Evening routine. Time for creative expression. After moving your body and releasing some of that accumulated tension, it's time to engage your mind in a completely different way. It's a common misconception that top students spend every waking hour glued to their textbooks. In reality, they understand the importance of balance and make dedicated time for hobbies, and you should too. This part of your evening routine is all about doing something purely fun and creative. Something that acts like a reset button for your brain. Perhaps you enjoy drawing, painting, or crafting. Maybe you like writing stories, poems, or even a personal blog. Playing a musical instrument, working on personal projects, singing, dancing, or experimenting with cooking a new recipe. All these activities fall into the category of creative expression. The power of creativity is immense. It actively prevents burnout by giving your brain a much-needed break from academic stressors. It keeps you motivated by reminding you that life isn't just about studying, making academics feel less like a chore. Furthermore, engaging in creative pursuits helps you discover hidden skills and passions outside the academic realm, broadening your perspective and building a more well-rounded identity. Many incredibly successful people throughout history have credited their creative hobbies for sparking breakthrough thinking. Einstein famously played the violin, and Steve Jobs deeply studied calligraphy. These creative activities often provide a mental space where innovative solutions to academic or life problems can spontaneously emerge. Dedicate at least 30 minutes to something purely enjoyable each evening. This isn't wasted time, it's an essential investment in your long-term success, mental health, and overall happiness. 11. Evening routine. Light study review for retention. Now that you've released physical tension and refreshed your mind with creative expression, it's time for a light revision session. And crucially, remember this. This isn't the time for tackling your toughest subjects, delving into complex new concepts, or intense cramming. Your brain isn't at its peak for heavy analytical work in the evening. Instead, use this period for gentle reinforcement. Review notes you took earlier in the day, solve easy practice questions to test basic recall, or spend some time planning tomorrow's tasks. We'll dive into this more shortly. A particularly effective strategy here is to summarize key points in your own words. This process of active recall makes information much easier to retrieve later on. Engage active recall techniques. Close your books and try to explain concepts aloud as if you're teaching someone else. What can you remember without looking? What still feels hazy and needs more work? This method is incredibly effective for identifying genuine knowledge gaps, rather than just passively rereading material. If you make this light, consistent review a daily habit, you'll end your day feeling accomplished and prepared, rather than burdened by guilt over wasted time. Your brain will be calmer and less stimulated, which in turn makes it easier to fall asleep and actually retain what you studied. Keep this session stress-free and relatively short, perhaps 30 to 45 minutes. The goal is gentle reinforcement and memory consolidation, not intensive learning that leaves you mentally exhausted before bed. 12. Night routine. Planning for a stress-free tomorrow. As your day winds down, one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate is spending just 5 to 10 minutes planning for tomorrow. This isn't about creating an exhaustive, minute-by-minute schedule, but rather about setting clear intentions. Write down 3 to 5 specific, actionable tasks you want to complete the next day. Avoid vague entries like, study. Instead, be precise. Finish Chapter 4 Physics, solve 20 math problems from textbook page 112, or complete draft for history essay. Here's why this simple act works wonders. Your brain has a tendency to constantly churn on unfinished tasks, a phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik effect. This is often why you can't stop thinking about work or responsibilities when you're trying to relax or fall asleep. When you explicitly write things down, your brain receives a signal that there's a plan in place, and it can actually relax. This technique is called cognitive offloading. You're essentially transferring the mental burden from your mind onto paper, freeing up your cognitive resources to rest. It's like telling your brain, I got this handled. You can rest now because it's all written down. As an added benefit to your mental well-being and sleep quality, include one thing you are grateful for from your day. Gratitude has been scientific. Don't forget to support this kind of content by subscribing and watching this other super curious video you'll love.